you just want to be the happiest person in the room. You just want to be the happiest at whatever it is that you're doing. Because when you're the happiest, then you have the true success. Because this is a vibrational world. And in all this talk about manifestations are, they're old news. They are old news because you have to get over the manifested reality. You have to get over it. If you want to become the deliberate creator of the life, of the dream life that you truly want, you have to get over manifestations. You just have to, because in your determination to get the manifestations out of the vortex by doing this process and this process and this process, you're like, okay, I'm gonna apply my effort, because you're applying your effort even with the law of attraction, and the law of attraction never hears what you're saying. It only hears your vibration. It doesn't hear the words that you're saying, even when they sound pretty. It only understands your vibration, because this is a vibrational reality. Your point of attraction is your job. Your point of attraction is translatable by how you feel and what you see, by what manifests. But once you manifest it, it's too late to change it. That's why you have to learn the emotional reality. You have to learn how to use your emotions and trust your emotions, because your emotions are not just arbitrary. They're coming from source. Did you know that you're source energy? Did you know that not all of you came into this body when you decided to come into this body? A lot of you stayed in the non-physical energy. A part of you did. And you still have that connection with that non-physical counterpart, because your non-physical counterpart promised you that, hey, you go and mix it up and I'll stay over here in non-physical, where I can have the broader view of everything, and I can gather all the cooperative components for you, because I'm not going to have resistance. When you want something, I'll have it finished. And so your emotions are about this conversation, this relationship between you and your physical body and you and your non-physical body, and this relationship is taking precedence over everything, even above manifestation, because it's when you really have this connection down pat that everything that you want comes to you. Because when you feel good, you're connected, but when you feel bad, you've pinched yourself off. You're not unconnected. It's that simple. That's how easy it is to use the guidance of your emotions. So when we say you should be the happiest and that should be your goal, that kind of twists your brain a little, because in being happy, is happiness success? What is success? True success is joy. True success is happiness. So let's deconstruct happiness. What does it mean to be happy? It means to be satisfied. And what does satisfied feel like? It feels like fulfillment. And what does fulfillment feel like? It feels like interest, like eagerness, like anticipation, like satisfaction. Doesn't satisfaction feel so good? Satisfaction feels like, yes, I'm in the right place at the right time, and I'm okay with what I'm looking at, and it's all good, and I can't wait for more. Satisfaction is just such a rich feeling. It has so much juice in it. It feels like passion. It feels like interest. It feels like it's calling me. It feels good. And so that's happiness. And when your goal is to be happy and not to get millions of dollars and not to get the successful YouTube channel, the best-selling book, when those are not your goals and it's just to be happy, guess what? You have to get your goal. Because we're not saying just be okay with the absence of what your desire, because we don't believe it's going to come. No, we're saying you have to get over manifestations, because that's the path of least resistance to everything that you want. And don't you want everything that you want? Isn't that why you came here? Isn't that why you're listening to this? Because you want the dream reality. And deep down, you know, I should be living a better life, because I put myself into this body and I can have anything that I want. And all it takes is a steady vibration, because everything that you're looking at, everything that's ever been manifested, is a result of very steady thought. And the steady thought is best understood by the emotion that you feel, because you don't have to control your thoughts. You have to control how you feel, and a better way of saying that is you have to be aware of how you feel. And if that feeling isn't good, then you need to pivot or change that emotion, because you have to offer a different vibration. Because if your goal isn't to be happy and your goal is to get the manifestation, well, what if the manifestation isn't here in front of you? Then you run the risk of being disappointed, of being frustrated, of not having the evidence, because you don't have physical evidence. And we're not here to tell you that the reality that you see with your five senses and you're translating with your five senses is not real, because it is real. But we're saying that it doesn't matter. That's what we're saying. We're saying that it's not, because we're not here to argue about the realness of your reality, because you're right, it is real. You can see it. It's compelling because you can see it and you can measure it and you can taste it and you can talk about it with people, and they won't call you crazy. But there's another reality, there's another reality that you have to look at, because there's another reality that you have a responsibility to, because your vibration, and that's where your inner being is. And guess what your emotions are about? Your inner being's perspective. And if you hold a perspective and your inner being holds a perspective and they don't jive, then you run the risk of feeling negative emotion. And it really is a risk, because it's a difference between day and night. That's what negative emotion is. Negative emotion is not something you want to foster. It's truly something you want to use as your guidance system. So in this goal of being happy, you can have the emotion right now. You can't have the billions of dollars right now because you have too much resistance, honestly. So you can have the manifestation yet because you have too much resistance on all the subjects that you haven't received yet. But you can have the emotion of it. You can have the emotion that money would give you, because what does the money give you? It gives you security. And what does security feel like? It feels like happiness. It feels like ease. It feels like flow. And you can have those emotions now. And it's very interesting because in all the processes that are ever offered, whether it's scripting, whether it's meditation, whether it's anything, going general, whether it's making peace with reality, everything takes you back to the vortex, because that's where everything is. Everything that you want is for one reason only. It's because you think that you will feel better in the having of it, that your life will be better. You will have an improvement of your emotional state. And what we're saying is that, in a nutshell, we're saying, why do you want it? Why do you want your desires? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Why do you want your desire? Have you gone to that place yet? You need to. You need to spend time there. You need to understand what the frequency of it feels like. And the best way to do that is ask yourself, why do I want this desire? Well, I want this desire because it'll feel good. It'll feel so good. So guess what you have to do now? So feel good. You have to feel good. You have to find a way to feel good right now in your reality, because it's a match. You have to match the frequency, because what you want's out there vibrating and your inner being has it, and all you have to do is match your inner being's frequency. All you have to do is match the frequency. It's not effort. It's not struggle. It's not sacrifice. It's not action. In fact, it's a lot easier than that. It's emotion. It's a gut. It's intuition. It's how you feel. And when your goal is to be happy, you can have everything that you want, because when your goal is to be happy, you already got the prize. You've got the prize of everything. And so isn't that true success? Because now you're living unconditional alignment, unconditional love. You're living unconditional love. It doesn't matter what's in front of you, because no matter what's in front of you, you're always gonna look for happiness, because that's who you are. And every process anyways takes you back to the vortex, the feeling of the vortex, which feels like clarity, which feels like fun, because this vortex, this spinning vortex, is your home. It's the vibrational reality. It's where everything that you want currently is, and it's a real reality, because it's a reality that precedes the physical reality. So you have to go into that reality and play there. If what you want is ever gonna come, you have to learn how to go into the vibrational reality and seek pleasure from it, and not only find pleasure, but also live in that pleasure, because it's pleasurable to be happy. It truly is. And when you're happy, everything that you want comes to you. But when it comes to you, it's not like this big wow, like jubilant thing. It's just chill. It's easy. It's the next logical step. And everything that you want is to feel good anyways. So why not just feel good? Because if I'm feeling good, then isn't that being lazy? Isn't that the opposite of goal setting? And we're like, but here's the thing. We're always going to revert back to the laws of the universe. And you can't find anything contrary to the laws of the universe, which is the law of attraction. You really can't. Because if you feel negative emotion, what does that mean? What is that telling you? Because it's telling you that you're having a relational experience with something other than yourself. So your emotions they're not about what everyone around you thinks. They're about what your inner being thinks. And when you factor in your inner being's opinion to anything, then all you do is go back into the vortex. You just feel good. You have fun. You feel the ease. You go in the vortex. You slip right back in, because that's what everything is for. Everything is for that sweet spot feeling of being satisfied, but ready for more, but being so satisfied. Because you can't look for evidence yet, because reality is telling you that you don't have your manifestation yet. You don't have evidence. So if you look at reality, then you're like, true, it's not there, and then you feel disappointed. But what we're saying is that you can't ask for momentum and power and evidence and speed, because when you do that, you mess it all up. You have to find the satisfaction of this thought. Like, oh, this thought just feels so satisfying. It feels so good. It feels so good. And then the satisfaction turns into the knowing, because that's how momentum works. But you have to make the journey quantifiable for yourself. And you can't ask for more than you're ready to receive, because that's what it's all about. It's about you. It's all about your ability to receive and realize what's already in front of you. But the only way that you can, the first step to getting ready for your manifestations is not being mad that you're not ready. Is understanding that this is an eternal flow, and you are eternal, and the path will never end. So you might as well be unconditionally happy, because there will always be something that you're not ready for, because that's how creation works. That's what the expansion of the universe is all about. That's what we are all about. And thoughts are all in the air. Thoughts are all around you, and maybe you would assign these thoughts to the people around you, and then you blame them because you think, hey, if you thought different thoughts, then I wouldn't have to pick up on them, and then I wouldn't have to run the risk of feeling bad. So you should change how you act. You should change your behavior, so when I look at you, I feel better. We're telling you it's slow going. It's slow going because no one is that cooperative, because everyone is in their own world and their own vortexes, and they have their own responsibility to their inner being. And so finding this unconditional alignment is truly the key. Find your happiness. Just get happy. Forget about manifestations. And you don't have to, it's not because they're not coming, it's because when you focus on happiness, it has to come. It has to come. But you just can't ask momentum to be bigger than what you're able to receive. You have to, because law of attraction is not like your mom. It's not like saying, okay, law of attraction, I did your process, I felt good for a day, where's all my stuff? Because law of attraction is not like that. Law of attraction is not asking you to pay a price and then it gives up the good. It's not like that at all. It's just about matching your frequency. When you match your frequency for a steady amount of time, it has to come to you, because it's not about time. Time is irrelevant in a vibrational world, because timing is a physical thing. But in a vibrational world, everything is already finished. It's already completed. The second you want it, it's already done. But now you have to realize it. You have to translate those vibrations into the physical reality. And don't worry, your ship is never going to go. There'll always be another ship. There'll always be another opportunity. What you want, no one can ever take, because it has your name on it, because your inner being is holding it just for you. And when your goal is to be happy, everything gets put into perspective. Everything is easy, because when you start with happiness first, then you're a magnet to everything. You're magnetic. People want to talk to you. People want to like your videos. People want to enjoy your presence just because you're happy. It's magnetic. It's alignment. It's tuning your frequency deliberately so to your vibrational reality, because it feels good. Doesn't it feel good to feel good? Feeling good is a true success. Feeling good is a true success because it's all about your alignment with your inner being. Because when you align with your inner being, that's success. When in any moment when you feel satisfied, that's success. Because any other method or definition of satisfaction is rooted in how people see you. So if people see you as hardworking and rich and successful, then that's success. It's about what they think. But what about what you think? What's your definition of success? It's how you feel. It's how you feel, because you think that when you get over there and you get the billions of dollars and the empire and the career and the fame and the riches, you think, wow, I'm gonna be done. But guess what? When you get all that stuff, you want more, because you're eternal. That's how eternity works. So you might as well get the cart before the horse now. You might as well make it easy for yourself now, because when you understand the law of attraction, you understand, I have to feel good now, or else I can't match my desire. I can't be disappointed and match my desire. My desire feels good, so I have to mimic or feel exactly the way my desire feels, which is good. So if my desire feels good, then I have to feel good too in this moment. And it's up to me to find a way to feel good. That's the work of a deliberate creator. That's the work of a focuser. And that's the work that you came here to do.